joke about
I think that's how we're gonna start it now, though.
What? What?
You'll see.
What?
You'll see.
Started as what?
In 5.
Wait, what do you mean? What are we doing, Paul?
You ready?
Oh, I am not ready for any of this. I'm freaking out.
Oh.
Annie,
Count us down, Annie.
Count us down, Annie. Hey,
I don't even know what's gonna happen.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm letting Paul take those.
I don't either. We love you. It's Whiskey Wednesday. And here we are. We're I told Trey I knew what I was going to do for this, but I totally bombed.
Paul and his intros. They're phenomenal. It was,
you know what else is phenomenal, Trey?
What?
Religion.
And that's what we're talking about.
But
today.
what is it?
Oh my gosh. This guy and his questions. Yeah.
Was that a good recovery, or was that?
It was I'll give you a 10.
It was a recovery.
10 out of 30. Yeah. Okay. But
10 out of 3. Nice.
I mean, I've been listening to the new Dave Chappelle podcast. It was on par with that, I think.
That's pretty good.
Production quality's a little better over here, though.
Yeah, of course.
But today, we want to talk about religion as this. What is it exactly? You really summed it up in that question there. What is it?
Magnets. What are they?
I don't get a reference. Anyways, no, I wanted to just zone back. Me and Paul come from a Christian locality, which is under the umbrella of religion, right?
Yeah.
It is its own religion, and I kind of just wanted to zoom out a little bit, take a abstract look at what is religion and what is the purpose of religion. It doesn't have to fit into the Christian box. A lot of what we say probably will, because we come from a Christian background. That's okay.
Yeah.
And so what I like to do, since this was my idea of a topic, I want to ask you a question. What do you think religion is? Just put you on the spot. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that's great. And it's interesting. I think just because of how the way it's been talked about in popular culture, when I think of religion, I initially think of Christianity, because that's what it seems to be one in and of itself. But to give it an actual definition of what my second thought is after that initial knee jerk,
sure,
is religion is basically putting yourself in a place, stereotyping yourself, boxing yourself in a sense, kind of saying hey, this is what I believe, this is what I live toward, this is the kind of lifestyle I want to live, these are my ideas. It's kind of like a religion is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm trying not to say what I want to say and hear what you're actually saying.
That's fair, and it's funny. I appreciate that.
I'm practicing. It's a holy work.
And it's what's tough about it is because I've never thought to define it, so that's why I'm struggling here.
Okay. Well, I like a lot of what you said. I like how you implied that there's a lot of action behind it. I think, yeah, sure, it's these beliefs. People are religious. What are religions? You got your Christianities, you got your Buddhism, you got your Islam and Judaism.
I said all those things.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I heard. I was listening to you.
You heard the right stuff.
Obviously. But what's the purpose of religion? And so, just going back to root words. What is religion? Religion itself means to bind together again. Religion is what binds us together. It's what reveals that we are one, and what we use to work toward unity with each other. What do you think about that definition?
Sounds nice to me.
Yeah, good.
I mean, it sounds like a good goal, and I think that no matter which religion you're from, I'm sure there's a level of that which people would tend to agree with. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about all the major religions, is a lot of them oftentimes are practiced very well when their goal is unity and peace.
Yeah.
But also, every religion has the potential of being harmful and destructive, which is kind of what we are seeing in Jerusalem right now. I don't know if you're paying attention to what's going on over there, but obviously we know there's been conflict between Israel and Palestine for a while, and
just a little bit.
There's been a video circulating on Twitter of these Israelis celebrating as these Muslim places of worship burned down, and it's really a sad
Dang.
sight. It's really sad. I know we tend
Hmm.
Christians in the West tend to side more with Israel than they do with Islam, but
Hmm.
that's just a general statement. I'm not making any claims there.
Yeah.
But still, it's sad to see stuff like that happening.
Hmm.
And and so that shows how even Judaism and occasionally Christianity as well, we all have that tendency to be like that,
Hmm.
So there's bad manifestations of religion, and there's good manifestations, and it's not always limited to a certain religion, right?
Yeah. Because people are involved.
Whenever people are involved, man. And so my own personal definition of religion is religion's sole purpose is to bind us together, not push us apart. And I think
Hmm.
that's what I see in Jesus's message. That's what I see in Jesus' actions as well, especially with how he related to the Pharisees. Because who was he the harshest to? The Pharisees, to the religious leaders, right? And so Jesus' ministry was constantly calling our religious leaders out for being too dogmatic,
Hmm.
too exclusive, too kind of like what we talked about in our convictions episode.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to live this way or you're not one of us.
Yeah.
And sometimes those rules are just funky, Like you can't drink alcohol. That's crazy.
Who would follow that?
Anyways, so we constantly see Jesus, pushing back on the dogmatic religious leaders. And why would we think it was different today?
Hmm.
That's kind of a rhetorical question. No need for an answer, but something to sit
But I'll
with.
give you one. No, I'm kidding.
If you have an answer, I'll take it. But I think it's just something to sit with. Like,
Yeah.
I still think part of religion, and this is kind of something I want to touch on later, is, James's definition in the book of James. His definition of religion is doing good works, which is why Luther hated it, because it was all about works. He's like, well, not my Bible.
And for those reasons, I'm out.
No, but true religion is, feeding the poor, clothing the naked,
Mhm.
taking care of the widows. That's true religion. Good works is true religion. So good on you, James. And so
You just pat yourself on the back there.
I also think I think a movement we're seeing today is a shift away from religion toward spirituality.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think it's funny that people there's definitely a distinction there, and I don't think most people know what the distinction is. I think a lot of people hear religion and they kind of wall up and push that away, like I don't want to be part of that. And I think because of the dogmatic connotations it brings.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what religion is about, especially if religion's what binds us together. And of course, I'm not dissing on spirituality either. I think here's the way I see it. A lot of times when I talk to people, a lot of my friends that have kind of deconstructed to the point where they don't consider themselves Christian anymore, but they still consider themselves spiritual. They'll be in conversation with me and they'll hear my beliefs and they'll be like, oh, so would you consider yourself more spiritual than religious too? And I'd be like, I really don't. I think I'm more religious. And I'm still not putting there's no hierarchy there. I see them as equals.
Yeah.
But here's how this is just how these two words hit me. Spiritual to me comes off as more feminine, and religious hits me as more masculine.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean more female or more male.
Right.
Feminine and masculine are just how we categorize certain things, and which women tend to be more feminine than men, and men tend to be more masculine than women.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes,
Yeah.
So if you prefer, we can think of it as spirituality is more right hemisphere brain, and religion is more left hemisphere.
That's what I was going to say for that reason, kind of what you're going with, because you have the more, I don't mean any negative side to any of this, but it's like you have the more emotional side, you have the more logical side.
Yeah.
One is viewed typically more masculine or left-sided brain, one's viewed more feminine, more right-side brain.
Yeah. And so I fit into that more logic, hands-on side of spirituality and religion are how we approach the divine.
Yeah.
It simplifies to that. How do we approach the divine? And my approach to divine is not as emotional as other people, which I wish it was. You know,
Yeah.
which is something else we kind of talked about with
Yeah.
how emotional prayer can be. I'm not a great prayer. Prayer is hard for me because there's an emotional wall that's dammed up that I need to pray gets released. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, I do consider myself more religious, but that doesn't mean more dogmatic. It doesn't mean more fundamentalist. It just means the way I approach the divine is through how more conceptual ideas, like how do I live, how do I act with other people,
Yeah.
and more philosophical, more theological, rather than emotional, poetic even.
Yeah.
I try to be poetic, but
Can I throw this at you?
yeah,
'Cause I know,
I've been talking a lot.
No,
you
you're
throw
good.
some words in there.
I'm glad that you're talking a lot. So this is a thing that it's been a thing since I was growing up that I heard people say. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. I don't fully have my thoughts on it.
Okay.
But it's the idea of, Christianity is not a religion, it's a relationship.
I hate that.
I
understand
thought
it.
you'd say that.
I
so
understand
I'm interested
it.
to hear what your thoughts are.
Okay, I used to be somebody that would say Christianity isn't a religion, it's a relationship. What do you think religion is? I get it. You've been hurt by dogmatic religion. You assume religion to be this dogmatic thing that is all about rules and order and things you can do and things you can't do, and it's no fun, no dancing, no.
Are you having a good time? Knock it off.
Yeah, but that's not what religion is about.
Sorry for yelling at you.
Religion. I love the word religion, and so the fact that it has become tainted. I'm like, oh man, if there's any way to redeem this word, I want to do that. You know.
Yeah. So is it? And I think that's part. And I think maybe that kind of phraseology is condemning to the understanding of what religion is, because it removes the beauty of it and restricts it down to like A, B.
Yeah, it makes it so. Religion has these black and white connotations.
Yeah.
Where I don't think so. I think religion for me is my approach to the gray areas, to the uncertainty. How am I going to act amidst uncertainty of what life is all about and what's really true and real?
Yeah.
I approach it with my religion, which is shaped around the person of Jesus.
Yeah.
It's shaped around Christ.
Yeah. So what would you say to summarize that? What is religion?
Religion, it's kind of like my remember the podcast episode where I said you didn't have to be a Christian to believe in you could be a Christian and not believe in the resurrection. Kind of what I was saying in that episode is religion is how we approach the metaphysical world, the things that the objective realities that we can't know. It's how we choose to respond and act in this world with the ultimate goal of unity with creation. I think the goal is unity with creation. And it's an idealistic goal. And so maybe the better goal is the work of creating unity with creation. The purpose of religion, maybe the definition is religion binds us all together, but the work of religion is hoping for the binding together of all of creation.
That's cool. I'll cheers to that.
Cheers, mate. Well, I really enjoyed this episode. Guys, thanks for joining us on another episode of Whiskey Wednesday. And we want to shout out our Twitters because Paul has just recently joined the world of Twitter. He's still learning how to tweet.
It took me about 5 minutes.
He
to be fair,
he sent out his first tweet today, and I'm telling you, it's the most perfect tweet I've ever heard. Do you remember it? Do you know it by name?
Yeah, some people choose greatness. I choose peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Amen. I'll drink to that. Yeah, join us on Twitter. My username is Hinkle3_Trey. I'm known for very radical liberal ideas, such as women being allowed to preach and hold leadership roles in the church. If you're cool with that, come and follow me. If not,
scandal.
come and follow me. But that's all I had to say about that.
And mine is Paul Yulee 94, ULLE. If you don't know, if you know, you know.
Were you born in 94?
Yeah,
You're just going to give that away to our audience?
I'm an old man.
What's your social security number?
Well, it starts with 1, ends with that's it. I'm learning how to tweet.
Yeah, come learn to tweet with Paul and come retweet my tweets and join us on the next episode.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Cut that.
Oh,
Cut that. No, I'm
we're still
kidding.
learning. We're still learning.
No, I like the mess ups.
Yeah, we're not perfect.